Welcome to Mom Cooks and Gardens. Today we're going to go explore some local nurseries, in particular Windy Top Nursery right here in Mullica Hill. I've been told that they have awesome selection of native plants, and we're going to go check them out.
All right, we'll be back.
So we've arrived here at Windy Top Nursery, located in Mullica Hill. They're a great supplier of native plants. They have great prices. And one of my favorite parts so far is this beautiful naturalized setting. It's got gorgeous daylilies, daisies, spirea bushes. Just beautiful. Now this is a plant I've been after for a long time. This beautiful yellow yarrow. It's just gorgeous, and it stands about 48 inches tall maybe. It's called Cloth of Gold. I just love the way that looks in the sun. So I'm going to be on the hunt for seeds for those this year. But look at this combination. The red, the yellows, the purple. I love purple, yellow, and orange together. It's just gorgeous. And so many coneflowers. This beautiful coneflower is probably a Magnus variety. I definitely want to pick some of those up. I love, oh, here's some more. Look how tall they are mixed in with the Lyratris. Just beautiful. I like the difference in the texture. You got the fine feathery leaves, and then you got the thicker leaves. You got the different shades of purple. Oh, so beautiful. You got to find inspiration everywhere. So when you're out looking, when you're just driving, take a look. Sometimes you'll see things in people's yards that just like pique your curiosity, and you're like, ah, I want that look. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So right in here, nestled in, is a beautiful acanthus plant. It's also known as oyster flower or bear's breeches. Ooh, he kind of slid. Look at how beautiful those flowers are. So we got 3 of those this year I planted, and the little flower spike is only about 2 or 3 inches long, but when they reach maturity they can be 48 inches tall with the flower bloom, and they can be up to 3 feet wide. So I've never seen one in person. Like, it's going to be beautiful.
What are these?
Daylilies.
Oh, it's just daylilies.
It's a variety. Like, so these are very much similar to the homestead lilies, but these varieties are a lot hardier than the ones you see on the side of the road, which is why they're still blooming and their spikes are still nice and strong.
Gotcha.
But they come in all different colors. This is a peach variety. There's orange. I think over there I saw ones that had purple tones. There's a rose colored. But this is really like giving me a lot of like inspiration at home. I like the way the false indigo here with its beautiful seed pods, even though they bloom very early on, they have these great little seed pods, but I like the look of it with the broadleaf hydrangea. Okay, so here we've got some of the giant hyssop. Look how beautiful. They're nearly 5 foot tall. And they look stunning next to this Magnus coneflower, which is nearly the same height. Just look at all the pollinators. They look beautiful next to these daisies. What else? And some of the white swan. I've been looking for these. Where the daisies have died out in the front, I wanted to replace with something a little more hardy with better return. And I think these are just perfect. Beautiful scarlet bee balm. Some sunflowers. All kinds of helicanthus, different varieties. These look quite tall. This is the one I'm after though, the Indian Summer. I just think the color is stunning. And look at the size of those blooms. Here's some others that have some variety in the flower. Beautiful. So they do have some traditional plants like the Acuba and the azalea, but over here they've got red chokeberry, and that's another native. We just bought one last year and it took us forever to find one. Looks like they've also got some witch hazel. Oh, you never see witch hazel. How beautiful! Witch hazels are awesome for winter interest because they flower in the winter, December and January.
Wow!
Yeah, they have beautiful yellow flowers, and of course it's where we get witch hazel that we buy in the store from. So I've always wanted a witch hazel. Really neat. What else we got? Some of the cardinal flower, great for moist areas. Looks like this is some sort of iris. Again, these look like more moisture laden plants. That might be a type of primrose. And some sort of oak leaf, and I'm going to guess it's an oak leaf hydrangea or something. More bee balm, more sunflowers. Just gorgeous, gorgeous. Over here we've got spotted lungwort. And what is this? I like the color of the foliage. Bugbane. I've never heard of bugbane. Look how pretty that is. It's like a green burgundy. They've got some beautiful heuchera in all different shades. Oh, look. This is the lady's bedstraw, also known as sweet woodruff. But look at that, green and burgundy mix. There's a bright red. We've got some stilbe, a lovely assortment of hostas. Really cool. This one's really different. It's got like a variegated leaf. And now we're getting into the ferns. Some pretty painted ferns. And what are these? It almost looks like lily of the valley. Yep, lily of the valley. And wild geranium. So just look at the colors. Like you've got the dark greens, the paler greens, the reds, the orange tinges. Sometimes just seeing a bunch of plants clustered together really, you know, can spark your creativity. Look at that pretty pale lime and bright yellow. It's just, everything looks so good together. Here's a really pretty ornamental, I think it's Harry Lauder's walking stick. Look at the structure. This is an older tree. It's just beautiful. Very twisted. I had one of these once. I killed it. Life goes on. Here's some beautiful 9-bark. Again, 9-barks are native. And hiding in here is a wonderful assortment of butterfly bushes. Look at the size of these panicles. They are massive. There's a pink one. Oh, how pretty. Here's a great little herb and vegetable section. This is scented geranium. Mmm, that smells so good. We've got a couple different varieties of lavender. I see mint, thyme. What are they over there? Chard?
I think so.
Kale? Parsley? Looks like a arugula of some sort.
Oak leaf. That's
Mm.
what the tag says.
Here are some great grasses that are natives. The switchgrass, something that we might consider when we do our rain garden. Looks like we've got some butterfly weed here. Yep, beautiful butterfly weed. And the Joe Pye, like you just can't go wrong. Look at this with its real pretty, I don't even know what that is. But look at that color. It's just so different. I'm not really sure what that is. Let's look. Maybe it'll tell us. Nope, it didn't. But golly, like talk about variety. And you can see that stand of giant coneflower over there. It's got the silver foliage. Here's a beautiful clump of it growing directly in the ground. Just this blue, silver green with nearly 10-foot flower spikes. The owner here at the nursery said that the goldfinches go crazy for this, so I had to buy one. And you can see it's just covered in pollinators. So I'm gonna look forward to using that toward the back of one of my beds. Just create a little smorgasbord to bring some of the bees and butterflies and hopefully some goldfinches this year. All right, so moral of this episode is take time, get out, explore, and if you are in the market for some native plants or just want something different, something that you're not going to find anywhere else, come on down to Windy Top Nursery in Mullica Hill. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. All right, so here we are back from the nursery with our haul, and we just got it unloaded. And you can see they've kind of gotten beaten around, a little bit of wind damage, but for the most part, they look beautiful. And one of the first things I love to do when I bring a plant in is make sure that I water it properly. It's not a bad thing when they're dry, especially if you're transporting them. It makes them lighter, and they don't make a mess in the backseat of your car or whatever you're hauling in. But these guys, you can tell, haven't been watered in a long time. They're pretty bone dry. This one in particular, soil is very dry. So I'm going to give them a good soak. I'm just going to fill them up. Now I like to use a drip tray underneath. That way, if the soil is super, super dry, it's going to leak out the bottom like it is. And what it'll do is the lip on the tray is going to give it a little reservoir so that, you know, we're kind of watering from the top down. And then the excess water will pool and it'll wick it up back into the soil, some of that overflow. I'm just going to make sure I get these pots nice and saturated. You can see how quickly this dry pot, the water just ran right down the sides and out the bottom. So repeated shallow watering and creating that reservoir as the soil starts to moisten and that wicking action starts, it'll soak some of that water back up. We'll just hit them all and let them sit in the shade for a little while and recover. So we're back from the nursery with a wonderful selection of plants. We picked up a lot of native specimens such as the giant hyssop. We got some of the white coneflower, some beautiful large rudbeckia, purple coneflowers, the wood betony, and all of which I think will help draw some pollinators to the yard and add a lot of interest. So if you're in the South Jersey area, don't hesitate to check out some of the smaller nurseries because you might find something unexpected. And I will post the information for Windy Top if you are interested in coming down and taking a look. As always, like and subscribe for more content and leave comments. We'd love to hear what you have to think about it or make recommendations of other places we should try. Thanks for watching.